Good morning, student. So, children, today we are meeting after a long time back. I have already posted the message in the group that for 1 week I will be not able to take your classes. Children, we have finished with chapter number 5. The case study for chapter number 5 is left, but today we will not cover the case study for chapter number 5. Today we will start the revision of your chapter number 1, 2 and 3. You have the syllabus for your unit exam chapter number 1, 2 and 3. So today we'll start the revision of chapter number 1, that is nature and significance of management. Student, now first we will go through with the definition of management. Now see, management is a process by which a cooperative group direct action of other toward common goals. Management is defined as the process of planning, organizing, controlling an organization operation in order to achieve the target efficient and effectively. It is essential for all organization. Now if we go through with the definitions, 3 words we have to remember here, that is the keywords for the management definition, that management is a process. First keyword is process, the second keyword is effectively, and third keyword is efficiently. So management is basically a process. Process means where we go through with small activities and tasks. We call it as process. Effectively means where we are completing our work on time. Efficiently means by using less resources. It means you are not going through with the process of wastage of resources. So wherever we work with lots of activity, lots of tasks, in such a way that we use less resources for completing a particular work on time, that process can be defined as a management. But there is always a target behind doing all those things, right? So management is a process of planning, organizing, controlling an organization operation. Why we are planning, why we are organizing, and why we are controlling the organization operation? So that we can achieve our target, and these target has to be achieved effectively and efficiently also, means on time also, and by using less and less input also. So that is management. It can be also said that management is the process by which a cooperative group direct action of others toward common goals. It means like whenever we start any business, there are lots of activity which we have to do inside the business. We used to divide these similar activity on department basis. Now every department has their own target, their own objective. Now it is a process, management is a process by which we cooperate the group. It means all the department of organizations objective, we cooperate in such a way that we can able to achieve the common goal. And what is the common goal of a business? To get profit, right? Now children, the next concept is concept of management, which we have divided, or which we are going to read on the basis of traditional concept, what we are following and what we are following to the modern concept. So what was the traditional concept of management? In traditional concept, management is the art of getting things done through others. Means ट्रेडिशनल कॉन्सेप्ट की अगर हम बात करें तो मैनेजमेंट क्या था? एक आर्ट था, राइट, जिसके थ्रू हम दूसरे से काम लेते थे. सो मैनेजमेंट इज़ बेसिकली आर्ट, creativity of a manager by which he can able to take work from other. This is the definition according to the traditional concept. This definition make the management concept a narrow concept, right? Now coming through with the next one, that is modern concept. Management is defined as the process refer to the basic steps to get the things done with the aim of achieving goal effectively and efficiently. Effectiveness refers to the achievement of task on time, and efficiently implies optimum utilization of resources. Now in modern concept, the definition of management was little bit more expanded. How? Because in the older concept or traditional concept, it was only getting things done through others. There was no time foundation and there was no resources foundation, right? But in modern concept, it is a process by which we are taking or we are getting the things done from other, but with the aim of achieving our goal. Means we are taking work from other, still creativity is there by which you can take work from other for achieving some objective. We are doing this work to get certain goals, but these goals has to be achieved effectively and efficiently. Where effective basically means achieving the task on time, means we are deciding a goal, we are deciding a target of time also, that within what time we have to achieve that target. And efficiently means optimum use of resources also. Optimum use of resources basically means where we will not waste the resources. So these are the two concepts of management. That is traditional concept where a manager is basically management, basically art of getting things done through others. But in modern concept, this say that it's a process by which we can get the thing done from other with certain objective, with effectively and efficiently. Now characteristics of management, or what are the features a management contain. Now see, the first characteristics of management or feature of management is goal oriented. Everybody know why we are going through to manage certain thing in the organization, so that we can achieve our goal. So whenever we used to manage anything in the organization, there is always a goal behind this. That is the reason we call management is a goal oriented process. Now management is a goal oriented process. Organization existence is based on objective, and management is a process which unite the efforts of every individual to achieve the goal. It means there are lots of people who work in the organization, and it is management who unite all of their efforts so that we can achieve the goal. Now management is all pervasive. The use of management is not restricted. It is applicable in all organizations, big or small, profit or non-profit making. It means if we talk about management, the uses of management is not restricted to a particular areas or on the basis of the size of our organization. Management is used in each and every organization, whether that is a small organization, whether it is a big organization in a size, whether the organization is a profit organization or it is a non-profit making organization. Now the next characteristics of management is multidimensional. Management is called as a multidimensional because it has to contain lots of activity. You cannot say that there is one work which has to be done from management side. The management people has to contain lots of activity which make it the process complex. Now three basic objective or work they have to do is they have to manage the resources of the organization. There are lots of resources which we use in our business which they have to manage. Then they have to manage the people of the organization. Now the management people has to manage the people of the organization also. There are lots of people who work inside the organization. Now it is a duty of a manager to see that these all people are working toward achieving the goal of organization. Management of operation. Now management is also multidimensional because they also have to operate, or they also have to manage the operation of the organization. They have to see whether the resources, whether the people or the operation of the organizations are working in a coordinated manner or not. That is the reason we call it management is a multidimensional activity which is involved in more than one activity. Now next is management is a continuous process. Now management is a continuous process because it is never ending process. It consists of series of interrelated functions which perform continuously. Management we call that's never ending process. Till the organization exists, till the organization is working, till the organization is running, the management will continue there, no matter how many employees are there, right? Now next is management is a group activity. Management is a group activity because organization is a collection of many individuals. Every individual contribute towards achieving the goal. Now if we talk about any organization, there are lots of people who work inside that organization, and it is the duty of a manager to collect these all individuals together and contributes toward the achieving of organizational goal. Now management is an intangible force. Now the next feature of management is that it has an intangible force because it cannot be seen or touched, only it can be felt in the way of organization functions. It means how your organization is working. If a business organization is working properly, you can say management is working, we have a good management, or there is a good management in the organization. if there is any issue in the business, we can say there is certain management issues. So this features we can able to feel it whether we have a good management or not, but you are not able to see it, you are not able to touch it. That is the reason we call management is intangible force. Now next is objective of management. Now when we talk about objective of management can be classified into organizational, social or personal. Now first objective of management is the organization objective. What is the main objective? That is organization objective. Now what are the organizational objective? Survive, profit, growth. By the help of good management, the organization can survive in the market or in this competition market for a long period of time. तो दिस इज़ द सर्वाइवल एग्जिस्ट, यानी किसी भी बिजनेस का एक ऑब्जेक्टिव जो होता है मैनेजमेंट के थ्रू वो क्या होता है कि उसका बिजनेस मार्केट में लॉन्ग टर्म तक सर्वाइव करे. तो वो किसका ऑब्जेक्टिव हो गया? ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव हो गया. नाउ प्रॉफिट, इट प्रोवाइड अ वाइटल इंसेंटिव फॉर कंटिन्यूड सक्सेसफुल ऑपरेशन. Now the another organizational objective of management is to earn profit for the business. Now growth, success of an organization is measured by growth and expansion of the activities. Now every business organization want to expand their business, and how it is possible? It is only possible if the organization management is running properly and there is growth in the business. So if you talk about the objective of management, we have three objectives there. First, organizational point of view, what is the objective of management, then on social point of view, and then on personal point of view. इन ऑर्गेनाइजेशन ऑब्जेक्टिव, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से मैनेजमेंट के क्या ऑब्जेक्टिव हो सकते हैं? एक, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन सर्वाइव कर सके कंपटीशन मार्केट में लॉन्ग पीरियड ऑफ टाइम तक. सेकेंड, ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन गेट प्रॉफिट. थर्ड, द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन कैन गेट ग्रोथ ऑल्सो, दे कैन एक्सपेंड देयर बिजनेस ऑल्सो. तो ये सारे ऑब्जेक्टिव किसके हैं? मैनेजमेंट के ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से रिलेटेड है, यानी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन पॉइंट से रिलेटेड है. नाउ सेकेंड इज सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ मैनेजमेंट. नाउ व्हाट कैन बी द सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ मैनेजमेंट? इन्वॉल्व क्रिएशन ऑफ बेनिफिट फॉर द सोसाइटी, मीन्स गिविंग बेनिफिट टू द सोसाइटी. बिजनेस आपका सोसाइटी में सर्वाइव करता है, राइट? that use the resources of society only, so they have to create benefit to the society also. How it can be done? How the business can provide benefit to the society? By giving a qualified product to the society within less prices also, and then they can generate employment also. They can give others charity also, like opening of hospital, opening of schools. So this all will come inside the social objective. Now the third objective of management is personal objective. Now personal objective means related with individual who is working inside the organization. So as an employee, what will be your personal objective from the management and from the business side? Your objective can be getting good salary, getting good promotions, like getting a status in the society, that is called social recognitions, and that there should be a healthy working condition in the organization, so there will be no health issues. So these are individual objective related with every employee, which we call as a personal objective. So children, you have to remember that the objective of management are divided into three parts: organizational, which are related with the organization; social, related with society; personal, related with the individual or a employee. ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल ऑब्जेक्टिव में हो गया ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को एक लॉन्ग टाइम तक सर्वाइव कराना, टू गिव प्रॉफिट टू द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन एंड टू एक्सपेंड द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन और ग्रोथ अपॉर्चुनिटी प्रोवाइड करना. सोशल ऑब्जेक्टिव मीन्स प्रोवाइडिंग बेनिफिट टू द सोसाइटी इन टू डिफरेंट वे. एंड पर्सनल ऑब्जेक्टिव मीन्स विच हेल्प और विच give a employee good salary, giving him promotions, giving him social recognition or status, and providing him a good working condition or atmosphere into the business. Now next is importance of management. Now importance of management. What are the different importance which we will be getting if there is a proper management inside the organization? So first will be management help achieving group goal. How? Because management used to integrate the objective of individual along with the organizational goal. Now children, there is one thing you have to remember here, that when we talk about the objective, the organization has different objective, and the individual, those who are working inside the organization, can have different objective. For example, if I am working somewhere, I might have my personal objective of getting good salary, getting a good status, right? Or the organization where I am working, they have their own objective of getting profit, surviving in the market for a long period of time, expanding their business. So there is different objective from the organizational side and from the individual side. Now here is the role of manager started, or the role of management started. They have to integrate these different objective of individual टूवर्ड्स द ऑर्गेनाइजनल गोल. इट मीन्स जो अलग अलग इंडिविजुअल के ऑब्जेक्टिव है होते हैं, इनको उसे इंटीग्रेट करना होता है ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के गोल के साथ में. नेक्स्ट इज मैनेजमेंट इंक्रीज इफिशियंसी. नाउ it increase productivity through better planning, organizing, directing and activities of the organization. Now by the help of management, as we have read, there are the 5 functions which a management has to go, that is planning, organizing, staffing, directing and controlling. By the help of these 5 functions, the efficiency of the organization get increased. efficiency increasing का मतलब होगा प्रोडक्टिविटी को इंक्रीज करना, यानी ज़्यादा प्रोडक्शन करना और लेस रिसोर्सेज को यूज़ करना. सो दिस विल गिव मोर प्रोडक्टिविटी. नाउ मैनेजमेंट क्रिएट अ डायनेमिक ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. Organization has to survive in the dynamic environment. Thus, manager keep changes in the organization to match different or environmental changes. Now, everybody know that whenever we talk about business run in a dynamic environment. The external or the internal factor affect the business directly or indirectly. So whenever there is any changes outside, it directly or indirectly affect your business also. So management make it possible to work in the dynamic organization to keep updating the organizations according to the environmental change. Now next is management help in achieving personal objective. Now through motivation and leadership, management help in achieving the personal objective also. Personal objective also basically means the individual objective of an employee. That can be getting good salary, getting a good environment in the organizations. So this is done by the help of management, because the manager has to time motivate the employee. Motivating the employee means to create their leadership qualities, to help them to achieve their own objectives. Now next is management help in development of society also. This we have read earlier also, that it provide good quality of product and services, it create employment, it generate new technology. In that sense, it help in the development of the society. We have seen this in the objective of social, right? Social objective में हमने यही सेम पढ़ा था, that it help in the development of society by providing good quality of product within less prices. It also create employment, because the business used to start within the society. The business person use the resources of the society, so they create employment also, they generate new technology also, and in that way they develop the society. Now the next concept, children, we have that management is what? The management is a art, management is a science, or management is a profession. When we have read this chapter, we have read it very deeply, but today because I am just revising it, so we will be covering it in a smaller way. Now children, we have to compare management as art, management as science, or management as profession. Now let's see whether management is art or not. Management is an art because it satisfies following point. Now whenever any question will come that whether management is art or not, so your answer will be definitely management is art. This is what we have read earlier also, that why? Because manager used to create a creativity by which he can able to take work from other, and this creating creativity work is basically done in the art. So management can be known as a art. Now there are certain point by which we can say that it's a art. It is based on practice and creativity, right? Because as more and more practice you will do, you will feel yourself more better to managing the people, to managing the resources, and to managing the operation of our organization. It will create your creativity also, by which you can take work from other. That is the reason we call management is an art. Lots of literature is present which give the existence of theoretical knowledge. When you have seen, there are lots of books by which a manager can learn lot of things how to manage the people, right? That is the reason we said that management is an art. मैनेजमेंट इज एन साइंस, मैनेजमेंट साइंस है। साइंस क्या है? एक सिस्टमेटिक बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज होती है जो किस पे बेस्ड होती है? प्रिंसिपल जो कि एक्सपेरिमेंट पे बेस्ड होते हैं, दैट इज साइंस। नाउ वी हैव टू सी कि क्या मैनेजमेंट एक सिस्टमेटिक बॉडी ऑफ नॉलेज है जो एक्सपेरिमेंट पे बेस्ड है? सो मैनेजमेंट इज अ साइंस, येस। Why? Because it is a systematic body of knowledge. एक systematic body of knowledge है. Now every manager know that what they have to do. They have to first go through with planning function, then organizing, then staffing, then directing, and then controlling. So they know about the proper systematic knowledge. They are knowing that these functions are and the work of a manager are based on the experiment. Every manager used his own experiment of work toward the organization. That is the reason we call, yes, management is an science. Now management as a profession, it does not meet the exact criteria of a profession. It does not have some feature of a profession. So you can say management can be known as an art, management can be known as science, but management cannot be known as pure profession because there are certain features which are present there in profession, but management does not have those features, right? So children, now next question will be our level of management. Now very easy, how many type of labels are there in the management? Now if you talk about your business में लेवल कितने होते हैं और लेवल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट कितने होते हैं? वी हैव 3 लेवल्स थे। टॉप मैनेजमेंट लेवल, जिसे हम टॉप लेवल बोलते हैं, मिडिल लेवल और ऑपरेशनल लेवल या फिर लोअर लेवल भी हम इसे बोल सकते हैं। टॉप मैनेजमेंट में कौन होते हैं? टॉप मैनेजमेंट पीपल्स आर दोज which are related with policy making, means the people those who are making the policy for the business are called as top management people. Now who are these people? These people are like chairman of a business, your chief executive officer, your president and vice president. These are the people those whose work is to make the policies for the organization, to make the system for the organization, right? Now once the system and policies are made from the top people, then it has been handed over to the middle management. Now the middle management, they are usually division head who are linked between the top and lower level of management. Now there is one very important point children, that middle management is basically those people those who are playing a link between the top level people and the operational management people. यानी operational level people को आप लोग lower management या lower level भी बोल सकते हैं। यानी top management is making policy and implementation work is doing whom? The work of middle management, but actually who's working there? That is operational management. So operational management और top के बीच में जो link का काम होता है, ये कौन करता है? Middle management करता है। Now who are there in the middle management? It can be a people of a division head. अलग अलग divisions के जो head होते हैं वो आपके middle management में होते हैं, या फिर department head जो होते हैं। Operational level या फिर lower level, they are usually the foreman and supervisor who actually carry on the work or perform the activities. जो एक्चुअली में वर्क को परफॉर्म करता है या कैरी करता है, उससे हम लोग बोलते हैं लोअर लेवल के एम्प्लॉयज़ में। और ये बेसिकली कौन होते हैं? जो आपके फॉरमैन हो गए, जो आपके सुपरवाइज़र हो गए, जिनके अंदर बहुत सारे अलग अलग लेवल्स काम करते हैं। सो लेवल ऑफ मैनेजमेंट आर डिवाइडेड टू 3 वे, टॉप लो लेवल, मिडल लेवल एंड ऑपरेशनल लेवल, विच वी कॉल्ड एज अ लोअर लेवल ऑल्सो। Now function of management. Now student, function of management. Function of management basically means we have 5 function of management, right? The first is planning, the second is organizing, third is staffing, fourth is directing, fifth is controlling. These functions we are going to read deeply in chapter wise also. Today we will be just going through with the definition of these functions and what are basically planning functions. See, planning function basically means deciding in advance what to do, how to do and developing a way of achieving goal effectively and efficiently. Planning function basically means whenever a business person wants to start a business, he has to decide in advance that what he has to do, how he will do the things and who are the people who is going to do all those things. Then he have to make certain goals and then he have to make a policy how these goals can be achieved effectively or efficiently. So this whole process of thinking in advance, right, can be known as planning. It means in the first function of management, that is planning, we are only thinking, we are just making the policies, we are just making the how we can just fill the gap or how we can just fill the bridge between present and futures. We are not implementing anything here. So this is just a theoretical part. First function can be known as a theoretical function only. Now how this function of planning will be implemented, that work started from the second function, that is known as organizing. Now see organizing. Organizing, it refers to the assigning of duties, grouping tasks, establishing authority and allocating of resources required to carry out a specific plan. It means once planning has been done, everything has been decided, how what has to be done, how has to be done, who will do it, and what is the target with what has to be achieved. Then what is the next duty of a manager is to organize the things. What thing he has to organize? He has to organize resources by which he can carry out the specific plan which has been made in the planning process. And what he has to do for that? He has to arrange resources, physical resources there, financial resources there. He has to assign duties, he has to group the task, he has to set up the authority and responsibility of work. So this all implementation work is started from organizing process or organizing function. Now the third function is staffing. It implied right people for the right job. Staffing is basically a function which is related with human resources, right? Where the manager, once the planning has been done, the resources has been organized, then he or she has to staff a right people for the right job according to the qualification and according to the need of a job. They have to staff a right person inside the organization. Once staffing has been done, appointment has been done, then directing. Directing function involves that time to time a manager has to lead, influence the behavior of the employee and motivate the employee to work or to perform in a better manner whatever task has been assigned to them, so that the organization objective can be achieved. So directing you can understand by supervising, by providing guidance to the employee, right? Controlling, it refers to the performance, measurement and follow-up actions that keep the actual performance on the path of plan. It basically means controlling can be understand by comparing also. Like when we do the first function planning, we decide certain objective, right? When we reach to the last function, that is controlling, we already achieve our objective, right? So whatever we have achieved in the controlling function, we used to compare that with whatever we have decided our goal in the planning function. It means controlling में आप देखते हैं कि आपने क्या अचीव किया है बिजनेस पे, और उसके बाद में आप कंपेयर करते हो जो आपने डिसाइड किया था. सो दिस इज़ नोन एज कंट्रोलिंग. फिर वहाँ पे अगर कोई डेविएशंस है, कहीं पे कोई छूट गया है, that we are not able to achieve our objective properly, then we again go through with the planning, organizing, staffing and directing function. So these are the 5 functions of management. Now next is coordination. Coordination is very important for the organization, but we never call it a function of management because this is known as essence of management. Essence of management basically means binding together all the activities such as purchase, production, sell, finance to ensure continuity in the working of the organization. It is considered as a separate function of management in order to achieve harmony among individual efforts towards the accomplishment of goals. Now, when we talk about the coordination, it is a job of a coordination. Coordination basically bind all the activity of a business together. In business, we used to do purchasing, production, sell, financing. So these different activity has to be binded together, and it is a work of coordination. So this is a separate function. We don't include this function inside our main 5 function of management. Now, children, next is your characteristics of coordination. Now see the features of coordination. We have already read all those things deeply, so I'm just going to give you a summary today. It integrate group efforts. Why group efforts? That different peoples are there, they are giving others different work, so these all works are added or integrated together. That is the main feature of coordination. It ensure unity of action, that coordination ensure that all the action whatever has been done in the organization, they all are united together for achieving one main organizational goal. It is a continuous process. Till there is an organization working, a business running, there will be a coordinations. It is all pervasive. It It is all pervasive basically, means coordination is used in each and every size of organization, no matter whether the organization is a small in size or bigger in size. Now, it is responsibility of all manager. The coordination is not only the responsibility of one manager, it is the responsibility of all the manager to coordinate the work of the organization. Now, next is importance of coordination. Now, first importance of coordination is that if there is a proper coordination in the organization, there will be growth in size. When there is growth in size, the number of people employed by the organization will also increase. Thus, to integrate the efforts, coordination is needed. कोऑर्डिनेशन की इंपॉर्टेंस कहाँ पे पता चलती है? Whenever there is grow in size, जब भी आपका बिजनेस ग्रो करता है तो with the increasing of the size of a business, the people required to work in the business is also increased. So when there is lots of people, then we require coordination so that they all can work in a coordinated manner to achieve the organizational objective. Now, functional differentiation in an organization. There are separate departments and different goals. The process of linking these activities achieved by coordination. Now, as I have told you students earlier also, that when we talk about a business, in business we have lots of departments. Every department have their own goal, but these all departments have to link these activities for achieving the main goal of the organization, and this work is done from the organization side or coordination side. Specialization. Modern organization is characterized by a high degree of specialization. Coordination is required among different specialists because all of their different approaches, judgment, etc. Now, when we talk about coordination go through with the process of specialization. In modern organization, where we are using lots of technology, there are lots of specialist people in their different areas. Now, sometime it happened that they have different approaches, they have different judgment, and that is the time the coordination is required over there. Now, student, coming through with the last topic revision, that was management in 21st century. Means abhi what type of management we are using in 21st century if we compare it from the earlier. So in this time, 21st century, we have a new way of doing business. Like we have a new trends, we have a new ideas, we have technique of doing business and make it possible to think of the organization as a global organization. It means why we have a new technology? Because right now we are following the process of global organizations, and this is possible after LPG policies also. Globalization means where we can able to do our business not in our country only but anywhere in the world. So children, with this we have finished with the revision of chapter number 1. Chapter number 2 I will be giving you summary in next day.